Hey, what's up guys, and welcome to the channel. Today I want to talk about a mistake that I've seen from time to time that new SWAT medics make that can really ruin your reputation with some of your teammates and could eventually cause your program to become non-existent because it could jam you up, right? And the mistake that I'm talking about, and this came up because it was asked to me on a DM from a new SWAT medic asking me for advice and what they should steer clear from. And the mistake is not staying in your lane as a medic, right? The reason that you're on the team, okay, and I'm strictly talking to those SWAT medics that come from a fire department, fire rescue, ambulance service, or something outside of law enforcement. If you are a cop that they sent to paramedic school, like in some agencies that they send their cops to paramedic school to be the medic, I'm not talking to you because you are an entry person and then you're a medic. If they brought you over with the sole purpose of being a medic, that is your specialty and that is why you're on the team. All right, you have about 30 other people with long guns and are tacticians, knowing how to slice the pie and breach a door and where to stand. Should you know it? Yes, absolutely. You should know all the concepts, all right, so that you're not a liability and that you're an asset to your team. You're not there to make tactical decisions, all right, and give directions, unless they're medical, and jump around and do all kind of tactical stuff, right? You're there with your bag, and that specialty is the one that's going to matter the most when somebody's hurt and nobody else knows what else to do outside of putting a chest seal and a tourniquet on and maybe some wound packing. Because if it's anything more than that, and if you've been doing this for any amount of time, you know that that's most of the time when things go bad, it's more than just that. They're going to look to you, okay? And one surefire way of getting the team to kind of lose trust in you is if they see you too one-sided on wanting to be a tactician, right? All right, so one thing I forgot to mention is I'm talking about armed medics coming over from fire or from some EMS agency that are armed, because obviously I don't see an unarmed Thames type medic trying to be number one or number two going through the door. I mean, that would just be like, bonkers, right? So I'm talking about medics that are armed, that once they get on the team, they start coloring outside the lines and try to be something they're not, all right? So back to the video, right? And like I said, it's important for you to know your team's tactics and how to move through a structure and all that. Yes, you should know it, because if you go into something larger than a single family residence, you should know how to move with your team. But they don't care if you are the best tactician on the team. What they want to know is that you're there to save their life. And I can't reiterate it enough that nobody else on that team, unless they also have training, knows as much as you do. That's why you're there, okay? That's why you went through whatever gauntlet, whatever pipeline you had to do to get there. It was because you're the medic, right? You're not the sniper, you're not a breacher, you're not an assaulter, or whatever you call any of the positions in your team. And at the end of the day, a SWAT team is all about roles and responsibilities, right? The assaulters have their role, snipers have their role, breachers have their role, and you have your role, and that's medical. And that's medical. And I know I'm beating a dead horse here, but that's the thing that's going to bite you when something happens and you're not on your A game because you've been hell-bent on looking cool and being a SWAT guy, which you are, but you're a SWAT medic, and that's why you're there. And I'm telling you this because I've seen it already. I've seen it on more than one occasion. And the team starts to lose trust in the medic because they see that the medic's focus is on looking tough and being a SWAT guy, and they're really not medically oriented, right? So if I had that, right, and I saw that somebody that we brought in is not focused on the primary goal, the primary role rather, that they were brought in for, and they're into something else, then I'm not going to have very much confidence in that person for their primary role, because I see them, attracted and doing something else other than what they should be doing. And none of this means that you're any less important than anybody else in the team, right? It's a team, all right? And everybody has their role in the team, and you are the medic. So it shouldn't be that, oh, I'm just a medic. No, I mean, it's a super important role, and your team knows this. And we're at a stage now in the world that we're in now that, trust me, the medic is super appreciated in our team. Our guys absolutely respect whatever what the medics say, and now we're 15 years into our medic program, and the guys are you're one of the guys. You're one of the team. It's not like back in the day where it's like, oh, they're shoving something down your throat that you don't think you need. Like now, it's obvious. It's not even an afterthought having the medic there. It's not a new concept. We've had them for 15 years. So, like I said, don't feel that because you're a medic, you're any less important. So how do you avoid getting into this mistake? You stay focused on your role, brush up on your protocols, know how you fit in, know how your team works, and every type of scenario that you can come up with while you're driving around, how you would fit into that scenario and where you should be in relation to the team. And if something went down, try to put that scenario into your midbrain so that when it happens, you have at least an idea of where you fit into the scenario. All right, and these are the things that you want to talk to the team leader about, the roles, and on the tactical side, how things will play out, right? And then when you show that to the guys that you are laser focused on medical treatment, evac, everything medical, on getting them out, they're going to respect you for it, trust me, and it's going to pay you dividends because you're the subject matter expert. I mean, that's why you're there. So like I said, staying in your lane doesn't mean you're any less important. And over time, and trust me, everybody's watching, over time, your roles could expand. But in the beginning, be quiet, stay in your lane, and know your stuff. Know your stuff. Know your medical stuff, and know how to move with the team. Okay? And it will show them that you are trustworthy in your specialty and that they can count on you. So that's my advice for new SWAT medics and how to stay clear of this mistake that I've seen a few times. In a neighboring agency that we had, this mistake actually turned on them, and the medic got jammed up, and it killed their whole SWAT medic program. Okay, and that's all it's going to take is one, medic that's outside of where they're supposed to be to ruin a program. And if you've been instrumental or you were a part of starting your program, you know how hard it was to start your SWAT medic program. So you need to take care of it, and any new people that you have, you kind of steer them the right way, and make sure that they're not making this mistake, right? And if you have any stories that you want to share, drop them in the comment and let me know if you've experienced this from new medics on your team. All right, so remember, the time chooses you, so stay frosty.